Greetings, M Squared here, and today we are going to review our vocabulary. So remember, as part of the test, I'm going to give you an expression, and you have to write and solve the equation from the words that I give you. So let's start with this first one. Be a great idea if you paused and tried to work it out yourself and then came back to see if you were right. Two expressions are equivalent. Equivalent means equals, so I'm going to write my equal sign down right away. This should say in, and I copied and pasted, so I'm going to make that mistake again. In both expressions, the variable is z. All right, I got a z on both sides. In the first expression, the constant is -2, so I'm going to put a -2 after the z, and the coefficient is 5. The coefficient is always multiplied by the variable. So that's my left side. My right side is the second expression, where it says the constant is -8 and the coefficient is 3. Okay, so if you've got that, wonderful. Pause, try to solve it, or if you've already solved it, let's keep going. Now I need to get all my z's on one side, isolate the variables on one side, isolate the constants on the other side. So I am going to take 3z away from both sides, because that means I don't have it on the right side anymore. I just have 2z's on the left side. Now I'm going to add 2 to both sides because that gets rid of my -2. And I get 2z equals -6. Now all I have to do is get the variable alone by dividing by 2, because 2 divided by 2 gets rid of the coefficient. I'm going to do the opposite. It was multiplied. Now I'm dividing, so z equals -3 is my answer. All right, hope you did great. Now we're going to try another one. So again, you can pause if you need to. Write down what you think it is, solve it, and come back. An expression is equivalent to 17. Okay, now I know I have an expression is equivalent, equal to 17. So on this side, I just have a 17. The variable in the expression is y. The constant in the expression is -5. If it said +5, then I would put +5, but since it says -5, I put -5. The coefficient is 2. So there is my equation, and now I have to solve it because it said write and solve. So that means I need to get the variables alone on one side, which they already are, so I need to get the constants on one side, so that's why I add 5. I do the opposite of the -5. We get there 22. And so to get y alone, which is my last step, I divide by 2 and I get y equals 11. All right, let's try another one. We got 2 more. An expression is equivalent to 140. Okay, there I have just 140 on one side again. Let me write it down. Pause if you haven't done it yet, and go back and do it, and then come back. The variable in the expression is x. The constant is -13. The coefficient is 3. Write and solve the equation. Okay, so 3x, I'm going to add 13 to both sides, equals 153. Does 3 go in? Whoops, that would be a 3. Do you wonder if 3 goes into 153? Well, if you add up the digits, this is the rule for 3 and 9. 1 plus 5 is 6, plus 3 is 9. So yes, 3 goes into there evenly. So x equals 3 goes into 15 5 times with no leftovers, and 3 goes into 3 1 time. So my correct answer is x equals 51. All right, last one. Two expressions are equivalent. Remember, pause if you haven't done it yet. See if you can do it by yourself. That's the best way to prepare for the test. Equals. Two expressions are equivalent. In both expressions, the variable is k. In the first expression, the constant is 4 and the coefficient is 3. In the second expression, the constant is -6, -6, and the coefficient is 1/2. All right, now I'm going to solve it. I notice a fraction. So one of the things we can do is multiply both sides by the common denominator. Sometimes I like to simplify it first when I see this. I'll say, you know what, I can do that, but I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides first. I'm going to get 3k equals 1/2 k minus 10. And that means I just have to multiply less things by the common denominator. So the common denominator is 2, so I'm going to multiply by 2 on all 3 parts. 3k times 2 is 6k. This cancels, that's the whole reason I do it. 2 times 1/2 is 1, and 1 times k is k, minus 20. So now I have all my numbers over here. I've already moved them, but now I've moved my k's over. So I'm going to subtract k from both sides. And I'm going to get 5k equals negative 20. I'm going to divide both sides by 5, and k equals negative 4. So that is a little review on writing and solving equations using our vocabulary words. Good luck with that. M squared signing out.